Good morning, everyone. This is Joe Jurek again, and I'm going to take you through a walkthrough on the exterior of a house. Here's a house for sale. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath with a detached 2-car garage. I'm going to go ahead and show you what I look at. When I'm looking at the house here from the exterior, I always like stepping away towards the street to get a real good look at the roof. This particular roof is starting to curl and crumble, as you can maybe see behind me. It also has a large TV antenna. So I'm looking at the chimney, I'm looking at the roof, and I'm looking at the overall condition. This particular roof needs to be changed. When I look at them, if they don't at least have maybe 2 years of life on them, you're going to have to change them. And since it's crumbling so bad, it's going to have to change. When we change the roof, it's a complete tear off. They'll replace any plywood underneath, the decking of the roof, tar paper, all that, and re-roof it. The chimney at that point, if it needs some flashing around it or tuck pointing, we'll do that. And we'll also take down that big TV antenna, because most people have cable television or satellite TV, that type of thing. Now, the other thing I'm noticing when I go around the house, I'm looking at the doors and windows. Most of these doors and windows have been replaced, so that's a plus, because a door can run you $500 or $600 for the door installation. Typical new window could be as high as $400 or $500 even for the basic replacement window. So since this home has the replacement windows and newer doors, that's a plus too. The other thing I'm looking at is the type of siding. Even though it's yellow and a little bit dated, it really doesn't look that bad. So if I'm looking at this house from either a buy and hold standpoint or a rental standpoint, I'm probably going to go ahead, or a flip, I'm probably going to go ahead and just leave the siding. But no matter what I'm going to do, a buy and hold as a rental or a buy, fix, and flip, I'm definitely going to have to get the roof redone just because of the condition that it's in. So that's one thing you're always asking yourself. Based on your exit strategy, how much work are you going to do based on what the house may need? The other thing that I look at in the front, there is an overhang of a roof right here. And if we turn the camera, there's another overhang in front. The nice thing about this is a little golden nugget. Anytime you see the complete roof overhanging a porch area, there is a possibility of enclosing that for an enclosed porch, or better yet, maybe extending a room out. I was in this house already and I know that that's the living room, so if we extended it out to here, that would give you that much more living room space. How do you determine whether to do that or not? It comes down to the cost. How much will it cost to do, and how much more value will it add to the home? Just for sake of argument, say it cost me $3,000 to do that. If I could increase the price of the home by $6,000 or more, 2 to 1, I would probably do it. But for sake of argument, say all fixed up, this house was only worth $100,000 by not doing that, and if I enclosed it, I'm still going to get $100. I'm not going to do that. But maybe if I could list it at $109 or $108, I would definitely consider doing that, because the more square footage, the better. Then I take a walk around the house and I look around the house and I check out just the foundation, look for any cracks. I look for any cracks or bowing walls, that sort of thing. The other thing in the front of this house too, even though you have a nice lawn in the front and it's fall season, so there's nice leaves all over, there's no greenery in front of the house. What I would normally probably do is right off to the step over there, I would probably put in some little green evergreens and maybe lava rock, and trimmed out with a kind of a rock border, because you want to warm it up a little bit. The other thing I would definitely do is change the address plate, the doorbell cover, and I would put a new mailbox on as well too, as well as exterior lighting. Because the thing is, you want to warm up a house, even if it's a rental or a buy, fix, and flip from the outside. Let's go around the side here and take a look to see what else we can find and some other things that I might do with this particular house. As we go through the house, I'm just generally looking at everything from this angle as well too. And along the side here, the one thing I notice, they do have a newer central air unit. If we could get a shot of that central air unit over there. So that is a newer central air unit. The only thing that I kind of don't like, but it's common to this area, the driveways leading back to the garage are all gravel. I think a paved driveway like asphalt or concrete would be much nicer. Usually asphalt's a little cheaper than concrete, but then gravel would probably be the cheapest solution. You almost need some fresh gravel down here going back to the garage. As we look back here towards the garage, there's a fence up, and the fence has some gates that are falling, so you may just have to tighten that up a little bit with the fencing. But what's so funny about this garage, let's come in back and take a look at the garage real quick. I just wanted to point out a few things about a garage for you as we go back here and we take a look at it. So let's go back here and look at the garage. When I'm looking at a garage, I like two-car garages more than one, especially here in a colder climate. People really like them a lot, okay? But the thing that I noticed about the garage, it is a newer garage. I think it's less than 20 years old, but look at how weathered it looks. It makes that garage look super old. If you come here and paint that garage and put a motion light out above the door, it'll really make it look a lot nicer. The side door is newer, the main door is newer. The other thing I get concerned about in the garage is how does the floor look? If it's nice concrete, sometimes we just clean it and paint it gray. But the other thing I look for is above the garage, I look for electric, because that way we can put up an automatic garage door opener. If it doesn't have electric, we have to factor that in. First, I have to see if the garage is electric. If not, that's another cost. But if it has electric but none right where the door automatic opener would go, we have to factor that in. So these are just a few things I look at in a house. Other than that, it has a pretty nice yard. I like the fact that the trees are at least 20 feet away from the house, because so often than not, you get trees right on top of a house. When you get trees on top of a house, sometimes the roots wrap around either the water lines or the sewer lines, so sometimes you have to get that taken care of. You get those lines rotted or you get the tree cut down. So when you're looking at the exterior of the house, remember some key elements: the roof, the chimney, the type of siding if it's not brick, or a stucco or block, that sort of thing. The windows, the doors, the foundation, the front of the yard appeal, back of the yard appeal, and maybe take a walk around the garage. Remember, don't get overwhelmed with, oh my goodness, I don't know how to assess a house. Take it one piece at a time. So until next time, this is Joe Jurek saying, believe and achieve. Take care. Bye-bye.